I just got my Navitus samples in the mail from Steven at Redolessence. I got this Discovery set and this one as well. I'm super excited to share these with you guys. I did open these up already and had a quick look. I didn't like do a full sniffing of any of these, so this is gonna be basically a first impressions of both of these. And before I get started on this, I have been like so on kombucha lately, and then I saw this at the LCBO. It's kombucha. It's a apple cider and kombucha. So I'm gonna crack this open while I'm doing this video. Just tastes like apple cider. What the hell am I wearing? I put this shirt on from like probably 2 years ago. I got this at Fashion Nova. Never wore it. I look like a cartoon character with a stupid bow, but anyway, it's too late now. We're gonna go with it. Let's get into these fragrances. I'm gonna stop talking about random shit and let's talk about Navitus. So we're gonna open it up. I did take the cellophane off. Here they all are. Now you guys probably see that we do have a little bit of a leaky situation here and I think here. There was one that unfortunately did come fully broken, so there is a slight tiny engineering flaw in these bottles, but I'm sure if I had asked, they would have replaced it for me with no issues, but I didn't ask because I already got these for free, so I didn't feel like I should complain at all. But let's just start with the broken one. So we're gonna go from the middle. We're not gonna go in order. We're gonna start with PRIMAS, because this one is the one that I smell the most since it already leaked everywhere. And yeah, let's try not to get glass in my nose. This one smells familiar, but it is a really pleasant scent. So I wouldn't say that it's super unique. I would definitely say this is a masculine one. And there's like a citrusy, tropical vibe here. There's a green mango note, so that's probably what it is. And okay, honestly, something smells a little bit like weed. Just a little tiny bit. But also leathery. It's leathery. I think that this is the one that's been compared to Aventus. I don't know that I would say that this is really Aventus-y. There's just a lot of familiar scents in here. Maybe there's a similar fruitiness to Aventus, maybe a similar citrus note. It's a really well-crafted fragrance. You can tell it smells very, very natural. There's definitely a lot of woodiness in here too, a lot of woodiness. And the leathery note probably comes from the labdanum, because there is a labdanum note in here. So I definitely smell that. I do smell the earthiness of the patchouli. Maybe that's what I'm thinking, smells a little bit like weed. But it's honestly like, it's just a tiny, tiny little hint. And no, it's not me. I'm telling you, there's something in there that smells like that. Anyway, yeah, this one, definitely masculine. Definitely, I think, would be a great performer because it did leak, and I've had this for days. It does smell very, very strong. It's a pleasant scent, so I don't mind that it spilled everywhere. I mean, I wish I got to wear it, but it's okay. But I would actually probably not wear it myself because it is very, very masculine and it is a very attractive scent. So I do really like PRIMAS. Now we'll go back to the beginning and we'll start with NAVUS because I don't want to go with the ouds and kill my nose. So we'll start with something that I imagine is light. We're going to go with NAVUS. We'll give it a spray. This opens up really zingy. It's a really, really bright citrus opening. It's very fresh. It's very zesty. And it's pleasant. It's not bitter. It's very, very bright. It smells like... It's very sunny. It's very bright and sunny. It's really pleasant. I would definitely wear this. I can't get over how natural smelling these are. You can tell that really good quality ingredients were used. I wonder how this would perform. I can't really comment on performance of these, but I think that it would actually perform really well. I can also smell vetiver in here. And I get a lot of grapefruit, like a lot of like really natural smelling bergamot and grapefruit. That's mostly the citrus that I get in here. So that one's really good. And yeah, I would probably wear this one myself. That's NAVUS. The next one is INTIMUS. This one's nice. I like this one. This one's a little bit sweet, a little bit floral, a little bit woody. In the opening, it does smell almost more feminine. I noticed that people compare this one to Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male, and I can't speak on that. I don't really see the similarity, but maybe the apple note, I do really, really like this one. I want to wear this on the skin and see how it performs. So far, this one's my favorite of the 3 that I just smelled. So we will put that at number 1 for now. I don't know why I started rating them. I'm not rating them. I'm just saying that one's my favorite at the moment. The next one, we're going to go with Absolutio. I can already smell it out here. It's very strong. Oh, I got some on my nose. I can tell this one's going to be very strong, so I actually don't really want to spray it because I think it's going to overpower everything. I'm going to smell it just out of here. No, you know what? I will spray it. I will spray it. It's not fair. I love the opening. The opening is great, but the opening is different than what I'm smelling out of the cap, so I'm glad that I just sprayed it. The opening is zesty and sweet. It's got some like green, I guess like a green apple, like a Granny Smith apple type of thing, maybe a little bit of citrusy something. Really, really interesting. Really like the opening. However, I'm not loving what I'm smelling in the cap, so I don't know how it's going to perform. I don't know what it's going to transform into, but in here it does smell really cloying, like an overripe, sweet and spicy thing going on. There's like the cinnamon, this I think it's the saffron. You know what? I think that the saffron is too much saffron for me in here. And it almost starts to smell oody. It smells like a little bit of like too much of a sweet oud for some reason in here. I know there's no oud in this fragrance. I don't think I love the sweet saffron combo, which is weird because I do really like Baccarat Rouge. And I've heard this one being compared to Baccarat Rouge. Absolutely like 0% similarity. I don't know what these people are thinking when they're calling everything Baccarat Rouge, but it's not. And this is like the furthest from any other dupe that I've heard people speak of. But anyway, rants aside, let's move along. Opening's great. Dry down, if that is the dry down, I'm not loving. This is probably my least favorite of the ones I smelled based on the dry down out of the 4 so far. Okay, the next one is Virtus. And we spray. This is like lime and coconut in the beginning. It's lime and coconut. I really get a lot of coconut. I don't know why I'm getting so much coconut in this. But also something balsamic and rich, maybe like tobacco-y. That coconutty limeness goes away super quick. Like, honestly, like in the blink of an eye, it's gone. Now it's more like a sweet tobacco, maybe vanilla. It's nice. It's nice. I like this. I don't know. I would wear it. It's also a little bit leathery smelling to me. I would say this is masculine. I will wear it because I do like to wear masculine scents. A lot of you guys and girls ask me if I wear my men's fragrances or what I do with my men's fragrances. Yeah, I do wear them. I wear my men's fragrances. I don't believe that everybody has to wear whatever is marketed towards women. Women have to wear that or men have to wear that. I think men should definitely wear some women's fragrances because it smells great on them. And I'm going to wear men's fragrances and whatever I like to smell like. But that being said, personally, I do still find certain fragrances overpowering and like too masculine, where it's something that I would prefer to smell on a man and not on myself. And vice versa, there are some fragrances that are marketed towards women that I'd love to smell on a guy, but then others that I feel I'd prefer to smell on myself. So it's really just wear whatever you feel like. I don't even know why this is a conversation. Anyway. Now that I've rambled on about more nonsense, I gave this a little bit more time to dry down. And I definitely smell more fruitiness and creaminess. There's a lot of notes in here. I have to say, there is a lot of notes. It's very, very hard to pick out specific notes. But there's an underlying, some kind of like a tropical vibe mixed with that tobacco sweet honey-esque thing going on. Anyway, yeah, I'm definitely going to try wearing this on the skin. This one smells really interesting. I think it would perform really well. And all of these so far have been really, really natural smelling. So I like that good quality ingredients were used. I didn't get that burst of alcohol in the opening and had to wait for it. This actually went into the fragrance pretty much right away, which I really appreciate. Moving on to the ouds. We have Oud Imperium. We'll start with that. I guess this one must have leaked a little bit too, but that's okay because oud's powerful. We don't need too much of it. Ooh, and that's a dank oud. I am going to spray it because I want to play fair, but I'm telling you right now, I do not want to spray. That's how much I don't want to spray it. I don't want to spray it because this is a poopy oud. I'm sorry, Steven. It's a poopy oud. I don't mean that it's bad quality. I mean it actually is like that barnyard, like, stanky oud, you know? It's intense. It is intense. But I'm gonna give it a minute. I'm gonna give it a minute. I'm gonna have a drink. I'm gonna let you guys know. It's been a minute or two. I've given it a chance to settle, and there is a little bit of a sweetness in here. There's a little bit of like an apple-esque sort of sweetness, but it's like this could work on a guy in very small doses. This is, you know what, if I had to say who this smells like, this is like Indiana Jones, like a dirty, busy man rolling around in dirt with horses and leather, and like that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, he can be hot, but stanky. But like that, it's like a tough guy scent, you know what I mean? That's what this smells like. So yeah, very, very powerful, very strong. I would not worry about projection or longevity on this. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be killer. I have never smelled an oud quite like this. This is some... Do you know what? This actually... No, I'm lying. I did. I went and I smelled some Frederic Malle at Holt Renfrew back in the day when things were open. And this kind of smelled like those, you know, the ones with like the Arabic writing on them. There's the moon, there's the night. I did not smell the night because they did not have it in store, but I have a good idea of what that would smell like. But this does remind me a little bit of maybe Dawn, one of those. Anyway, I don't know that line very well, but it smells kind of like that. There's like very powerful oud. Moving on. Oud Luxuria. I don't know. Oud Luxuria. Guys, I do like oud, by the way. I'm not an oud hater. I really like oud fragrances. I just like a dry oud. This, I'm getting a lot of geranium. For some reason, off the bat, I'm getting a lot of geranium. Is there geranium in here? This smells a little bit like geranium essential oil in the beginning. I had geranium essential oil. I did like my own face serums. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. This smells like natural geranium oil. But also a stanky oud. This is more of a floral, slightly softer version of the previous. This is like if that Indiana Jones from the previous fragrance went and got dressed up and went to an evening event, but like maybe just took a very light shower and then refreshed himself. This is like that. This is a slightly floral, softer, still barnyardy oud. So if you're into that, these are great. I would also say that this is a very mature fragrance. Like, I don't see this on a younger guy. I definitely see this on like an older guy. Like the guy from the Dos Equis commercial, you know, the most interesting man in the world. Like someone like that. I don't know why I'm putting all these characters to these fragrances. I don't do that, but I'm getting characters from these fragrances. Anyway, moving on to the next discovery set. This one's fancy. Ooh, a card. Okay. So I guess this just tells me the notes in each fragrance. Look how nice this is. I like this. I like the presentation. This is very pretty. I really like the way that this is laid out on this sort of like silk. I have to say, one of the first things I thought of when I saw these bottles, not the little tiny ones, but the full-size bottles, they do look like they have been just a little bit inspired by maybe a famous fragrance brand. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, we're going to start with LAUTUS. I love this green. This sort of like turquoisey green. Let's appreciate this for a second. I really like this gradient here. Okay, I'm getting a lot of woodiness right away and a lot of lavender right away, which I like the lavender. I do. And some citrusy, some sort of citrusy notes and something that smells dry. I don't know what smells dry in here. Maybe the type of wood. This also has this sort of, the type of woodiness in here is like a green woodiness. It's like if you were to take like, not pine needles, like cypress or something and like crush it in your hand. That's kind of what this smells like with lavender and citrus. It's very woody. It's almost bitter, very bitter in the beginning. Very masculine, woody. It's zingy, it's fresh, but very, very woody to me. I guess like citrusy woody. That's just what it is. It's citrusy woody. I would say this is versatile. Yeah, I think that this is kind of like an all around, all seasons kind of daytime, nighttime fragrance. It's actually very, very versatile. I do like it. I would say this is more masculine. This is not one that I would personally reach for. It is something I'd like to smell on a guy though, so I do like this LAUTUS. Okay, next in line is ARCANUM. I do like the bottle designs. They're really nice. Coconut. I get coconut right away. Like a creamy, creamy coconut with vanilla, sweet, some woodiness too, something leather-like a little bit in the background. I'd wear this. I would definitely wear this. I would wear this on a night out. Maybe like a businessy event, something like that, where I want to be a little bit more intimidating. Yeah, I'd wear this. It's not too sweet. I'm getting mostly like an interesting mix of coconut, vanilla, and like some leathery accords. Really, really nice. Really smooth. And again, like honestly, I guess they used amazing ingredients in here because I don't get that weird thing in the beginning when you spray a fragrance. You have to wait for that alcohol to go away. Like you get the scent right away, which is great. Like I can tell what the fragrance is right away. So yeah, that one's really nice. I like ARCANUM. And the last one is OPULENTAS. I feel like there's oud in here. For sure there's oud in here. There has to be. But a fresher oud than the one from the previous discovery set. This one's the kind of oud that I would like. This smells like a really rich man. This is a fragrance that I would like to smell on a guy. This is that dry oud that I like. There's some citrusy notes in here for sure. So this one, the top notes are actually apple, pink pepper, and lemon, which I guess I get. I guess a lot of these fragrances have apple. I get that apple note with the oud. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to read the notes because who cares? I'm going to tell you what it smells like. What does it matter what the notes say? I get a sort of like piney-esque thing going on, which now that I've spoiled it for myself, that would be the Cypriol. There's Cypriol in here. And honestly, anybody can go look up the notes on Fragrantica. I'm just telling you guys what it smells like to me. What does it matter what the notes are? This smells like a forest. Like it really smells like a forest to me. Like a really elegant, classy, expensive forest. You know, that's what this smells like. So I do actually really like this one. So of this set, I want to smell this one on a guy. The OPULENTAS. It is very opulent. It is actually really opulent. It's a great fragrance. This one I would want to smell on a guy. It's really unique. I'd say of all of these fragrances in this lineup, I'd say that OPULENTAS is probably one of the most unique ones. And then I would wear ARCANUM probably. I'd have to try it on my own skin and see how it performs. But yeah, I do like it. From this set, I would say I would wear this one and I would want my man to wear this one. And from the first set that we looked at, I would wear INTIMUS myself. I think I'm going to give it a try. This one seems to be the most appealing to me personally. But for a guy, I honestly liked all of them. Like I liked NAVUS and PRIMAS. ABSOLUTIO, it's just had that weird saffron thing I wasn't a fan of. VIRTUS was good, but I don't know what it would act like. From this set, for me, probably INTIMUS for me and VIRTUS probably also for me, but also for a guy. They're all really good, but these are the two that stood out to me was VIRTUS and INTIMUS from this original discovery set. So I did actually really enjoy these fragrances. I think they're really, really high quality. I think that Steven from Redolessence did an excellent job with this brand. And I definitely think that it's a brand worth checking out. They're really high quality fragrances. I hope that my descriptions gave you a good idea of what each one smells like so you can just kind of figure out which one would appeal to you most. But these discovery sets are available, so that's great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my little mini reviews and first impressions on each of these fragrances. Let me know what you guys think of the Navitus brand. Let me know if you've tried them, what your favorite one is. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!